everyone. I just wanted to say how sweet it is to be loved by you. And I mean that to whatever and whoever it applies to. I don't really care and don't think I mean it disrespectfully. I just mean it. I don't care in the sense of the particulars, because I really don't feel like getting overwhelmed in thought about the particulars. But when you realize that something that is older than time cares, if no one else cares, then you don't like getting caught up in particulars, because particulars can get on your nerves. So I'll say to what and who that truly loves me, then I am very grateful. I don't mind loving people. I have been a person that would get very, very focused on particulars. And it's nice not to be so focused on it and on the energies alone, them and I. To understand certain things and dreams that I've seen a lot. And I'm glad I didn't necessarily act on or even think negatively, even when I saw negative things. And from negative people. What I did see, or what I did hope, was for the best outcome. That mama and that daddy would help me do my best. And just as I was when I was a little girl, and I felt like, hey, I did the best I can, I could just rest in that and move on to whatever pleased me to do. To not stay stuck on any particulars. And that's just been my mindset for many of years. You know, in some regard or another. If that meant that it took away from my desires at times, then, you know, I would try to find a way to move on. That has been me. Does it mean I didn't, you know, I'm not even going to get into that. They don't want me to. Like, it's none of your business. But yes, I've had conversations with my parents when I felt like I didn't get my way. They like me to say it better like that. Yeah. You know, all their children, we have our moments, right? But it's like, whatever, at the end of the day. They may see me feel a certain way, and I don't necessarily get that they would be like, whatever, but they definitely would be like, you'll understand at some point, little one. I like that. I respect that. And I understand that. And I pray I don't forget that. Because I know it's not beyond me to forget in moments. But I can say that I want to remember. So that's been my hope and prayer. I was able to reflect today on certain colors and things that they gave me in dreams. And when they gave them to me, I knew it was pretty in dreams, but I did not know why. Now I do. Like I said, these are the gifts that money cannot buy. These are the type of gifts that follow you into other lifelines. And for those gifts, I am exceedingly grateful. They make my heart sing. They make my mind sing. They make my body want to move. They make me want to jump. They make me want to scream. They make me want to laugh. They make me want to play. They make me smile. They make me frown, but in a good way. They're just everything. And I'll take that over everything. Anything else, as we discussed today, Mama and Daddy, is truly an addition. A welcome one if it's for me, But I think I understood at a young age the way Pippy felt. And I understand it more now. And I understand why I love that show. And it's really cool how that show showed me Pippy Longstalkings, if you don't know anything about it. Hearing the bottle in the background, it was medicine. It was medicine for then, and for now. I loved her orange hair. Matter of fact, that's why I loved Anne of Green Gables. As much as she wished her hair to turn some other color, I loved the fact that her hair was orange. I love the fact that Pippy's hair was orange, that she had those crazy, what they call them, pigtails. I loved how they didn't go straight down but went up, so like antennas or antlers. I loved her silly stockings. I loved how she was a pirate herself, because her dad was a pirate. The love runs so deep and wide, and it's vast. And now I see why. And that alone is worth what? What could purchase that for me? Only God could give that type of ingenuity. Only God could let me be able to connect the dots of their love for me and my love for them. Pippy Longstocking, come into your world. So wonderful. And I can't digress off of that one you know, I only hope that gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And like the Ace of Cups, that yes, that my cup can truly run over. And with that being said, a gift that keeps on giving. My patience and kindness and all the other attributes, I believe, have not been for naught, even though circumstances would have definitely made me feel that way if I only looked at those. And that's for any of us. And I have looked at how people, other people, churn the soil and make do. You know, us earthworms. You guys, I was looking at, I had to turn in some library books, and two of the books, I looked at the books and I was like, oh, you know, but come on, Katori, they're overdue, so give them back. Oh God, I'm tickled. But two of the books, the Goosebumps books, and I was like, gosh, I don't want to give you up, but okay. Just because of the energies. That's all. It's just because of them, and it really tickled me to look at the covers, and I really, but anyway, in one of them, they definitely have two wonderful energies in it, which I know you guys, if you're following my drift of this video, or for my own pleasure, because I make these videos because it does please me to do so. And she looks so ferocious on there, but yet, like, her test, like, should you eat the earthworm? And, you know, knowing that you shouldn't, because, like, who would do that? You know, I know people eat all kind of things. It's not, you know, that. It's just, you know, I used to love digging them up, and I used to help them if I saw one trying to, trying to wiggle somewhere else and it was getting dried out. I also felt really sad when I would see a dry worm. It's like, damn, then when a worm done dried up on the concrete. Like, where were you trying to go, worm? That, you know, and then it would bother me just a little bit. I mean, I know things live and they die, blah, blah, blah. But it was just like, oh, I love worms. I used to actually like the gummies too. But anyway, those worms just are so symbolic, and yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm just talking, right? I just like it, you know. I liked how her hair looked and how creepy she was, you know, supposed to be creepy. And I mean, don't get it twisted. Mama's energy, God Almighty, it can be very ferocious, but I also just saw it as so flipping freaking cute at the same time when I looked at the cover of her on there. So, you know, yeah, just the different forms, the different degrees of her energy, the daughters, the feminine energies of her, you know, that we know that are her daughters, all kinds, and how they splice up. Is it splice? Is the splice is what I want to use? I don't know, maybe kind of. It's making me think of the movie Splice. Because, you know, at first it was a feminine energy or being, you know, they had put it all together, but then it turned into a man. Yes, it did.
I saw that shit. I saw that shit. That was a trip. He fucked you too.
Yes, at the end it did. She got pregnant. or whatever, but that wasn't my point. My point was, you know, the different degrees of shit that just really make you say, wow, that's interesting. But it's still that part of femininity that you can't help but respect. And when you get through, I'm still me. Now, what I got from it was how important both of them are. You know? The feminine aspect, the other energy it was mesmerized by her and wanted to fuck her, right? Because we just heard the strong declaration of what, well, can I call you Rumi? Rumi. We'll just say what Rumi just said. And so, you know, she's mesmerizing, right? But then there's this stinger at the end of her. So even when he was finding himself being, what's the word, intrigued by her, because she was different, right? Mm-hmm. Both aspects being very important. Both aspects being something that, you know, a divine feminine, let's speak to that, doesn't want to lose. You know, just as surely as I'm this thing that is tantalizing, interesting, mystical, because, you know, even them, they think they're forming something in the lab. But if it's really you that's doing it, that's really moving you to even do such as you think that you are doing, then why are you so mesmerized? Maybe it's not you. Maybe you were inspired to do something. But it's still other things going on, even outside of you. So with all due respect, you can be mesmerized, but that does not make it love. Then it shifted, the same being shifted into its masculine energy. And yes, it indeed made it with that other feminine. And I don't know, because that's not my original point. But I do know this. Energies shift and energies change. And you know what Couture does? Couture makes room. Couture doesn't flinch because energies shift and change. And if she does so happen to flinch because, ooh, it's supposed to take me off guard of what my point or what I'm being directed to do or say, I kindly lean into my mama. Where I hear the sound of my daddy's voice to cause me to focus. Because that is life. And the beauty is still back to whom I wanted to dote on even the more. My mama, she's just so ferocious. But at the same time, so sweet. And if you listen, and if you are listening, and if you can make room, then, you know, it becomes a beautiful dance of life. Because I saw that word today, and I am honored to be able to say it. Now that's a dance worth watching. Because you're not dancing by yourself. Ever. And I'm in such gratitude of that. I'm so given to that. Meaning I give in, I can't help it. How can you see mama's energy and not want to give in? How can you see Daddy and not want to cause him to smile? Or maybe, if it is possible, cry good tears over you. You know, make them happy. Which also makes me happy. And in that sense, when it comes to life, you can put your dukes up. And it's not out of ego. It's just I love who I love. And I meant what I said when I said it. No matter the particulars. Then you can be like Pippy, and people are having all types of judgments, and they're looking in and seeing you and your strangeness, your so-called weirdness, whatever it be, whatever it is. And they think they're going to break in, and they think they're going to enter, and they're going to take away, and they're going to make you into whatever they like. But your mama and your daddy have bigger plans. No matter what that is for your life. And that's what makes it such a beautiful thing. And that's what I saw when I watched Pippy Longstalkings. When I watched Anne of Green Gables. Beautiful divine feminine energies with imagination. Who cared, but who also were able to stand up for themselves. Look at Anne in that spelling bee. Wasn't she funny? Look how strong Pippy was. Did you go, oh, was she a feminine, a divine feminine or not? No. They could be those things and all those things, and vice versa with divine masculine energies. But I am paying special homage to the divine feminines, and especially Mama. She is beautiful. And so if I receive any compliment or kind gesture from her, I'll gladly take it, because it is an honor. And that's all I have to say about that. Ashe to you all.